Are you afraid of spirits? What does that mean? What could be the reasons? What to do about it? Let's talk about these aspects in this video. Hey, thank you for being here with me. Very important topic, right? With fear, we cannot move on. And actually, this channel is about taking control of our evolution, both spiritually and here in this lifetime. So, a very important issue for us to understand and take out of our way if it is there. Let me mention to you that I publish videos in different languages. Keep an eye. Every week I have something in English. Just make sure you click on the thumbnails that are in purple. So those are the English ones. About fear of non-physical presences or non-physical consciousnesses, why does this happen? Actually, this is a sign that the person who is fearing something that is not physical has some sort of sensitivity or looseness of their energy field or energy body, which therefore allows them to sense more the reality that is non-physical and possible presences that could be there. There are different things that can explain this. So, first one that usually is the most common is the situation when the individual who is sensing those non-physical presences and is afraid may have sensed this sort of subtle presence since their young age, maybe childhood or so. And thus, in those moments, many times we feel powerless. We feel there is something there, we do not know what it is, we do not know how to explain, we many times don't even know how to ask for help. So we feel powerless. We feel there is something that we are vulnerable to, or maybe, and we have no means to handle that. Actually, I'm conducting a research on children who have had some sort of psi perceptions or psi experience during their childhood, and there is lots to learn about that for those of us who have had this sort of perceptions or experience early in our lives. Sometimes we connect the sensations that we have had as a child and maybe the fears and ideas that crossed our mind with the experiences that we have today. So just by sensing something non-physical in an environment or just by sensing subtler non-physical energies, we already react automatically as if we are in danger or there is something there that we should be afraid of. And then there's almost like a subconscious reaction, automatic reaction of fear. And fear generates fear. If we feel afraid, we feel more powerless and we become even more conscious and aware of this subtle presence, and this becomes like a snowball. This can be extremely aggravated, and that is the second strong reason that sometimes generates this, but can be extremely aggravated by the cases of those of us who have heard too many horror stories when we were kids, or maybe we watched or still watch horror movies, and this kinds of influences us a lot. Such an imprinting of negative images makes it easier for the non-physical consciousness, the unbalanced ones that want to exploit our fear in a way, to connect with us. So it's not something that we wish for unless we have very good energetic control and very good knowledge of how to handle such things. Could the fear be just a psychological fear? Yes, of course, but probably an adult who would have a fear just because somebody told them a horror story and they learned that from society, they would right now think, yeah, this doesn't exist, it's just a silly thing, and the fear would be gone. But when there is a combination of the influence we have received from others teaching us to be afraid, or from hearing stories that these things are negative, with actual sensitivity from our side, then this combination is explosive because we are sensitive and then we were programmed to be afraid and to feel powerless. So not a good balance there, but one of the strong reasons for this sort of fear. Incredibly enough, sometimes even people who have or had out-of-body experiences may feel afraid of these subtle presences. And that's a little bit incoherent or inconsistent, because if we had been there and had been in contact with that non-physical reality, why would we now be afraid of non-physical beings? So sometimes it's just this automatic reaction and association with psychological aspects. However, other times, not necessarily, and I want to call your attention to this. We may, in some cases, confuse an actual, productive, healthy sense of care, as if we sense there's something there that is not so balanced and we need to be with caution, we need to be attentive of what to do. We confuse that with the sensation of fear. And then we just say, I'm afraid of that, whilst we are just cautious. If for you this type of fear is relatively common, I suggest you try to find more information to clarify what are the real dangers and what you should do in each case. In case you are interested, Nanci Trivellato is my sister. I have already worked with her and taught some courses with her, but she's doing research on that. And she has accumulated a lot of data and devised some techniques. So you can try to find out about that. Maybe one day we can just do a live or something here to answer questions on this topic, but that is important. Try to find information, serious information. And another suggestion I have is try and do a velo technique while you feel afraid. Because with the velo, you will reduce how much of the energies from that presence you are sensing penetrates your energy field, how much they can get close to you in terms of energies, in terms of the multidimensional interconnection, and that will reduce your fear, of course, because this situation is actually being reduced in a way. So, different techniques that you can apply. I hope this is useful to you. Thank you so much for being with me. We will continue discussing about how to get rid of fear in future videos. Stay with me. Thank you.